Let's talk about polynomial long division. So first, some vocabulary. So when you're dividing a by b, that can be written as a divided by b with the forward slash, or a divided by b with the division symbol, or when we're using long division, it's b divided into a with that long division symbol. We call a, so the thing that we're dividing into, the thing that's being divided is the dividend. B, the thing that we're dividing by, is called the divisor. And then the result of the division is called the quotient. And then we have also our remainder potentially. So the procedure, so first you want to make sure each polynomial is in standard form. That'll just make the process easier. But then the main process is you're going to have a divide, multiply, subtract repeated. So you divide, you're just looking at the leading term of the dividend and the leading term of the divisor. You divide the leading term of the dividend by the leading term of the divisor, and that result goes on the quotient. Then you multiply the result of that previous step by the entire divisor. And then you subtract all of that multiplication result from the dividend. Make sure you apply the subtraction to each term from that. So then repeat those three steps until what's left has a lesser degree than the leading term of the divisor, and at that point what's left is the remainder. So let's look at a couple examples of this. So first example, 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus x plus 7 divided by x squared plus 1. So I'm going to write this x squared plus 1 divided into 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus x plus 7. And I'm going to have my division steps and my multiplication steps. And then I'm going to have the subtraction happening down here. So the first division step, I'm taking the leading term, 3x cubed, divided by the leading term, x squared, and I get 3x. So I write the 3x above the 3x cubed. And then I'm going to multiply, always multiplying that by the whole divisor, the x squared plus 1, and I get 3x cubed plus 3x. When I subtract that, I'm going to apply the subtraction to each term. So I'm subtracting 3x cubed, and I'm subtracting 3x. So when I do the subtraction, I get 4x squared minus 2x plus 7. Now I'm ready to repeat the process. So now the division step, I'm taking 4x squared divided by x squared. The result is 4. The 4 gets multiplied by x squared plus 1. And that comes out 4x squared plus 4. I subtract all of that. So I subtract 4x squared and I subtract 4. And now I have left negative 2x plus 3. At this point, the negative 2x plus 3 is all that's left of the dividend. And it's a lower degree than the x squared. So this is now the remainder. And I forgot to write, but I have a plus 4 here, but the division result will give me the quotient. And so what this means is 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus x plus 7 divided by x squared plus 1 equals, well, there's 3x plus 4, but then there was still the negative 2x plus 3 that we couldn't really do the division. So that still would be over x squared plus 1. Or I could also, if I kind of multiply both sides by x squared plus 1, this means 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus x plus 7 could be written as x squared plus 1 times 3x plus 4, with an extra minus 2x plus 3 on the result. Right. Then the next example, dividing x to the fourth minus 3x cubed plus 2x minus 5 by x squared minus x plus 1. So I write out the division format: x squared minus x plus 1 divided into x to the fourth minus 3x cubed plus 2x minus 5. And I'm going to have the steps of divide and multiply, and then the subtraction is going to happen over in that division setup. So the first division step, I'm taking x to the fourth divided by x squared. So the division is always by x squared. The multiplication is always by the x squared minus x plus 1. So that result, x to the fourth divided by x squared, is x squared. So I write that in the quotient area. That gets multiplied by x squared minus x plus 1. And so that result is x to the fourth minus x cubed plus x squared. But I need to subtract that, so I'm going to switch signs on everything. So it's now going to be minus x to the fourth plus x cubed minus x squared. All right, so I add that. So that's going to be minus 2x cubed. There wasn't an x squared, so I just have my minus x squared term and the plus 2x and minus 5. Next step of the process, now I'm taking negative 2x cubed divided by the x squared, and that comes out negative 2x. That goes next on my quotient. And then the negative 2x gets multiplied by x squared minus x plus 1. And that comes out negative 2x cubed plus 2x squared minus 2x. But again, I'm subtracting this, so I'm going to switch signs on all of these. So it becomes 2x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x. So that is negative 3x squared plus 4x minus 5. All right, we still aren't a lower degree than the divisor, so we have one more step. Minus 3x squared now divided by x squared is negative 3, so that goes on the quotient, and that gets multiplied by the x squared minus x plus 1. That result is negative 3x squared plus 3x minus 3. When I subtract, I switch signs on everything. So it becomes 3x squared minus 3x plus 3. And that is x minus 2. Now the result is down to a lower degree than the divisor. So this is now the remainder, x minus 2, and the quotient is x squared minus 2x minus 3. So that's polynomial long division.